Welcome into Dallas Mavericks. Today, I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Mavs updates throughout this playoff series against the Utah Jazz. And speaking of updates, we kind of got one for you. Charania of The Athletic and Stadium giving us a bit of a Luka update. Sources, he says, there's optimism. The Mavericks star Luka Doncic will return for Game 3 or on Game 4 against the Jazz. The calf strain that Doncic suffered on April 10th is improving, and workouts over the next 2 days could determine comeback timing, which obviously encouraging development here. We talked about this on our post-game show last night, that winning last night was important for a few reasons. One, it gives you a little more time if he's not quite ready for Game 3. But two, we should at least see him in this series now because there is going to be a Game 5, and by then it will have been well beyond 2 weeks. This is good news around the injury and the most we've gotten in the last several days since he suffered that calf strain. And let's be honest, if he's back, the Mavericks are the better team, I think. Utah's got home court right now after getting a split in Dallas. But I think if you're a Jazz fan, you're feeling like you let one get away in Game 2, a chance to go up 2 games to none. And now Dallas, if they can get Luka back, at least by Game 4, but maybe for Game 3 as well, I think the momentum could shift back in Dallas's favor, and the pressure goes on Utah, a team that has kind of been known for coming up short in these type of moments. Now, Spencer Dinwiddie has been starting in the first 2 games in Luka's absence, and he's put up some decent numbers. The efficiency obviously hasn't been there like we've seen in the regular season, but higher volume, obviously, 19.5 points and 7 assists, 36% from the field, not shooting the 3 ball well. I think he's just 1 for 10 in 2 games there. Obviously, you hope he plays better. I think the efficiency would increase dramatically for Dinwiddie if he goes from 42 minutes per game to 28 to 30 minutes per game coming off the bench, be that volume 6th man. I think that would help tremendously for him. And obviously, just in general, getting Luka Doncic back, it's just the domino effect, right? You don't need Brunson to score 40 anymore. You don't need Maxi Kleber to hit 8 threes. Like, it just kind of makes things easier for you, even if Luka's not 100%, which in reality he may not be that in this playoff series. The Mavs had to make up heavy minutes without him, and if he comes back, even if he's not giving you 40 minutes right away, even if he gives you, 26, 28, that obviously helps quite a bit. What it also does is shortens that, latter part of the rotation a bit. You don't have to play Josh Green, who can't make a shot. Davis Bertans, maybe gets a little bit less run, although I think he's done some decent things in this series. But, look, you get your superstar back. It impacts you in a positive way in several ways. So hopefully he gets back. According to Charania, could be back for Game 3 or at least by Game 4. At least that's the optimistic outlook. When will Luka Doncic return to the court? Type 3 for Game 3. Type 4 for Game 4. I'm still going to lean and guess Game 4 because they did win last night. And, even if he gets cleared, but they feel like an extra 36 hours would go a long way, you might want to wait until Game 4. But, at the same time, if he's cleared, hey, play him Game 3 too. We all want to see him out there, and every game he plays, that gives you a better chance of winning. Be sure to hit that subscribe button here on Dallas Mavericks Today. If we hear more Luka Doncic updates, we will be the channel to update you ASAP. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on those notifications. That's what we do here, the latest Mavericks news, rumors, updates, playoff reactions, and hey, maybe more post-game shows from home. You never know. YouTube.com/MavsTV. So look, it's 1-1. Mavs, I think, going into the series, if you said Luka's not playing the first 2 games, you'd probably live with a split, right? And that's what you got. You had your chances in Game 1. You had your chances in Game 2. You got Game 2, obviously, behind, a historic performance from Jalen Brunson, now the 5th Dallas Maverick in franchise history to score 40-plus points, joining Dirk Nowitzki, Rolando Blattman, Luka Doncic, and I believe Nick Van Exel is the other one. Those are the other 4. That is the 4th one. Brunson is now the 5th with that 41-point, 8-rebound, 5-assist performance. He also shot 6 for 10 from three-point range in that series. He willed you in this game. But it's important to get Luka back because I'm not saying JB can't go out and average 25 in this series, but let's be real. Is he going to give you another 40 piece? Probably not. He's still in that kind of high-level starter point in his career. He's not a superstar by any means. you're probably not getting 41 again. You're probably also not getting 25 from Maxi Kleber, including 8 3-pointers, although it came at a perfect time, right? I think more importantly, can Maxi Kleber be that 37 to 40% three-point guy that he was the first half of the year? If you get that guy, then you can play him 25 minutes. I think he played, 32 minutes last night for Dallas? That was tremendous, what he was able to produce. We know what he does defensively. If he can give you a little more on the rebounding side and continue to shoot the ball well, that's going to be fantastic. What's really interesting through this series is through 2 games, it's 203 to 203. It's dead tied. Now, you are at home, and again, I'll continue to say this. In Game 2, you got 2 performances out of dudes that you probably won't get again in Jalen Brunson and Maxi Kleber. So I'm still in the camp of you need Luka Doncic to return to win this series. Doesn't mean it's impossible to win it without him. I just think if he returns, then you become the favorite, whereas now you're not the favorite without him in a best of 7. Through the regular season, Luka Doncic gives a lot of teams fits, but really Utah. I mean, I think he shot better from 3 against them than any other team at over 44%. Averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. There's no one on Utah's team that can stop him. Now, he might be 85% in this series, but 80% Luka Doncic is still the Mavs' best player. Make no mistake about it, and that gives you another weapon. And I think a really critical element that he will bring if he returns is the rebounding. We talk about the scoring, the assists, the offensive flow. Guys, Dallas is getting killed on the boards, and Luka Doncic is actually your best rebounder. So you get him back for that as well. Leads to less second-chance points, which that is obviously an area in this series that Utah has dominated. Rudy Gobert has been a menace. Obviously, he's still going to get a lot of boards, but maybe you limit Royce O'Neal sneaking in there and getting a rebound. Donovan Mitchell misses that 3, gets his own rebound, and gets the and 1 late in that game. I thought that could have been a mini dagger for Utah. Obviously, Dallas came back. Need to eliminate those type of things, and Luka being out there to rebound obviously helps as well. Luka Doncic is the best player out of these 2 teams. So if you get him back, I think this is Dallas' series. I really, really do. Now, we'll have to see how Luka plays. We'll see if there's rust. We'll see how much the calf is bothering him. But again, his presence alone just changes things so much. You can bring Dinwiddie off the bench. Jalen Brunson doesn't have to be a hero. He can just be the 15 to 20 point guy. It just gives you a much better outlook for what this series should look like, which is why when the Mavs drew Utah, I was like, the Mavs are going to win this series in 5 or 6 games because Utah's going in the wrong direction, and the Mavs have the best player in Luka, and they're playing tremendous basketball. Well, then Luka strains the calf, and it's like, okay, things are different now. But series tied at 1. Let's say Luka comes back for Game 3. It's a best of 5. I'll take the Mavs. I think they can win 3 out of the final 5 games in this series. Will the Mavs beat the Jazz in this first-round playoff series? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. If it's true that Luka will be back no later than Game 4, I will take Dallas. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Also, be sure to go and subscribe to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. I know we have a lot of NFL and Dallas Cowboys fans that watch this show. Appreciate that, number 1. And number 2, NFL Draft is almost here, and we will be live for all 7 rounds starting next Thursday, April 28th for round 1, April 29th for rounds 2 and 3, and then rounds 4 through 7 on Saturday, April 30th. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV is the place to go. We will be live for all 7 rounds of the NFL Draft. All right, so Game 3 coming up here on Thursday, April 21st, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. So get the coffee mugs out if you are in Dallas. This one will go fairly late into the night. As of now, Utah 6-point favorite, but I think if Luka gets cleared to play, maybe this goes down to 3.5 maybe on the road, something like that, Coop. I think it's kind of like a pick'em game. Usually the home team gets 3 points or so. I think that could be the case in this one. I am curious to see, does Maxi Kleber continue to get more minutes than Dwight Powell? I think the reason Jason Kidd has liked that is, 1, they want to get Gobert out to the three-point line. Get him out of the paint as much as possible to try and get away from that rim protection. And if Maxi's shooting the ball like this, all of a sudden he's a factor again. He really, really is. I would keep playing Dwight Powell. It's not like he's playing poorly at all, but I think Kleber has carved himself a role in this series. He really, really has. So It'll be interesting to see how those minutes kind of balance out, how Jason Kidd continues to mix and match. I think you got to play the guy who's playing well on that given night. So I think Powell will have his chances in this series. But for now, I think Cleveland deserves a big role. How many games will the Mavs win in Utah? Games 3 and 4 coming up. We'll talk about the next two, not game 6. That could potentially be there. 0, 1, or 2. I told you guys in the postgame show last night, you split at home, get another split. By game 5, you're hoping Luka is, at least pretty healthy by then. And then it's best 2 out of 3, 2 of those games at home. Give me at least 1. Obviously, if you get 2, then you're, in the driver's seat here. Let us know what your predictions are. 0, 1, or 2 wins over the next 2 games.